Hey everyone, thank you for tuning back into my YouTube channel. Today I'd like to do an episode for my playlist, New Tackle and Trends. And I've got a really cool bait for you guys today. Got a new bait that's made by Buckeye. It's the BFS Spot Remover Jig. I think this is gonna be a really good one, obviously for the guys that love the BFS game, but I think this is gonna be something that really kind of crosses over, and guys are going to be fishing this in a lot of different situations where maybe it's a tough bite. Maybe you're experiencing a lot of fishing pressure in your favorite area, or it might just be post spawn or maybe even post frontal. Beautiful bluebird sky like today, just really high ceiling, and you really don't have much wind. This type of a bait, I feel like fished slow and around fish is gonna definitely get you some bites. This one's brand new to me. Let's just go over the design of this bait real quick. So it is a spot remover, so it's got that same flat top on it that you come to expect with a lot of the other, whether it's the spot remover jig head or different things like that. And that actually is designed so that it'll do that. It'll stand up on its own. That's fantastic, because now when you put different trailer shapes and colors and sizes and all that, it's gonna really show that off. But then there's other things that they did that made this a really cool bait. They didn't just put a fine wire hook. They went up, they just kind of bumped it up a little bit. It's a little bit beefier than just a standard fine wire. And then they have this 2-barbed or 2-prong bait keeper or trailer keeper like you have with the Buckeye buzz baits, the Buckeye jig heads now, like the shocker. What I love about this kind of a bait keeper or trailer keeper is that it really helps keep the bait on. And I mean, once you lock it in there, it's not going anywhere. I mean, you might want to touch it with a little bit of super glue, but for the most part, to give you an idea, it's 2-prong. It's not all the way around. It's 2 spikes, one on the top, one on the bottom. And then what you have is you have this little fiber guard here, which I think is just enough to help you from getting hung up, from catching on limbs, debris on the bottom, different things like that. So I really like what they've done there. The eye of the hook is super tight to the jig head, and I think that's key as well. The eye placement, super tight to the jig head, enables you to move it along the bottom and get it through the cover, and really enables it to stand up as well. The other thing that they did with this bait is not your standard silicone like you see on full-size jigs. This is a little thinner grade material. The strands are finer. What I like about that is when you're bringing it through the water, it doesn't take a whole lot to get a lot of movement out of those strands of silicone. You've got a really full skirt here, and I want to show you just some a modification that you could do with it. If I was going to modify this skirt, let's just say I thought, you know, I want something with more of a streamlined, slender approach, something that so when it lands on the bottom, it's not such a large profile. What I would do is I would take this and I would split the top silicone layer from the bottom silicone layer real quick. And as much of it as you can, because you're dealing with a lot of strands. They didn't go halfway. They gave you a lot of skirt material there. And then I would just cut it just like that. And then I could give it like what we call an Elvis cut or a finesse jig cut. By giving it to you this way with a full skirt, you have the ability to thin it down. You could pull some strands out. You could give it a haircut and finesse jig cut it. So you have different things that you can do with it, which I think is just key. They've really, really hit a home run with this little package. This one, I believe, is a 3/16 ounce size. I know that it comes in a 1/4 as well. And there might be a size or 2 more in there, but the key sizes are covered. And let's talk trailers. So when it comes to trailers, I think everyone would agree that covert craw, it being of the BFS genre, that would go perfect with that jig. Another one that I feel like would be really good is the Yamamoto Ned Senko. On the back of this, standing up like that, and it's got that mega floater formula with the skirt billowing out, giving it just a different look than your standard Ned Senkos. And then of course, naturally, the 2.5 inch Yamamoto Hula Grub. That would be awesome on it as well. So those are 3 different trailers that I feel like you could pin on this and really have a fish catching little package. But I mean, that's the jig there. That's the new bait. That's the BFS spot remover jig. Really a cool bait. I believe they're available now. So, I mean, just in time for winter time and early pre-spawn or late winter. As you move into the new year, you're gonna probably wanna get yourself some of these. I appreciate you guys watching the videos and commenting and giving me a thumbs up if you find any value in what I'm presenting. Then there's also my merch line if you'd like to support the channel, Team Niggemeyer Fishing, and I'll put the link in the description. Go over there, check it out. I've got some hats and some shirts and some hoodies and even some decals. Until next time, thanks for watching and good fishing.